most common reasons for visa denial is the quality of your letter of explanation. In most cases, it has been discovered that the letter of explanation is either duplicated or completely prepared by immigration agent. But in this video, I'm going to teach you how to write a letter of explanation that would improve your chances of getting your study permit approved. Stay tuned, guys. Hello friends, thanks for choosing to watch this video. If this is your first time here, my name is Roselyn. I'm an ex-international student. I like sharing immigration tips that will help you with a smooth immigration to Canada as an international student. No pressure, but if at the end of this video you found it helpful, which I believe you will anyway, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. A little bit of housekeeping, guys. I'm not an immigration consultant yet. Yes, I said yet because it might be in the works in the nearest future. I just share this information based on my knowledge and my research. You should not take it as legal advice. Thank you. Let's dive in, guys. On my last video, which is how I got my study permit approved in one attempt. If you have not seen that video, I encourage you to watch it here after you finish watching this video, of course. I promised that I was going to talk about my letter of explanation in a full video, and here I am today. I just wanted to explain to you some of the things I believe that should be in your letter of explanation if you choose to come to Canada as a student. Before I get started, I'd like to talk about the structure of the video. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is defining what a letter of explanation is and the content of a letter of explanation if you are coming as a student. So this letter of explanation is basically for those that are planning to come to Canada as a student, and I'm going to be reading some excerpts from my letter of explanation. Keep in mind, guys, this is a letter of explanation that gave me my study permit in one attempt, so you have to watch this video to the end if you want to get these whole details. Okay, understood? Yeah. Let's go. So guys, what is a letter of explanation? A letter of explanation is a letter that you write to tell the visa officer your intentions to study in Canada. In simple terms, it's just a way of letting the visa officer know the reasons that you think your study permit should be approved. Especially because we don't even have face-to-face interviews for the Canada study permit like the US. Because when you go for the US interview, I believe they ask you, why do you want to study, all those things. So because there's no face-to-face interview, the letter of explanation is your way of telling the visa officer that, okay, this is why I want to study in Canada. And if some of the documents that you submitted, you need more explanation on it, this is an opportunity for you to write some of the things that you think the visa officer should know that your document does not do justice to. Another thing I wanted to mention, that the letter of explanation is categorized as an optional document, but I believe and I want to encourage you guys that when it's time for you to submit your application, make sure you write one, because it's not very hard to write. You just need like 5 or 6 paragraphs to just explain yourself. Maybe you are somebody that you have been away from school for a long time. This is an opportunity for you to write in the letter why you think you want to go back to school. So basically in the letter of explanation, all you have to write is the information that you think is important that is not reflected in the documents that you're submitting with your application. What's the content of a letter of explanation? It's better for you to follow a standard format when you are writing a letter of explanation. When I wrote mine, I used the format. This is one of the reasons why my study permit got approved on the first attempt. That format is what I would like to share with you today. The very first paragraph is where you introduce yourself. Tell the visa officer some basic background information about yourself. You can leave the religion out, but just talk about your age, your name, your country of citizenship, and briefly explain to the visa officer why you want to go and study in Canada. After you introduce yourself, just write one sentence that states the purpose of going to Canada and the benefits you stand to gain if you study in Canada. So let me read it for you guys. After introducing myself, because I was going for the Global Business Management course offered in Centennial College. So I said, I've learned a lot from my experience in business development, management, and analysis. It interests me to further develop my business career goal by having comprehensive business knowledge and understanding the global context of business. It was just like a one-line sentence that I wrote in the introductory part of the letter. The next paragraph of the letter should state why you chose your course. Why this course? Like, what is the benefits of choosing this course? For instance, in my case, I have a business experience. I was working as a business development executive, so I chose global business management. In my letter, I wrote it there that in order to be prepared for a career in the facet of business world, an understanding of the global business issues and the ability to develop innovative options and solutions is critical. The premise of my letter and the reason why I chose this course is because I know that exposure to international business management is going to help me in the future. The last section, I said the world's economy is increasingly global. I'm confident that the global business management will provide me with the insight into the global economy and business climate. You can't really use what I wrote because you know yourself better than anything else. It had to come from within. Why did you choose the course? So just write a paragraph, maybe 3 or 4 sentences. Let the reason why you chose the course be reflected in this paragraph. The third paragraph, guys, is why did you choose your school? So there are several schools in Canada. You can't write it there that you chose it because it's one of the cheapest schools in Canada. No, you have to give a reason that is more concrete why you chose the school. Maybe I'm in the visa officer's shoes and I see that reason. It's a red flag for me. That's to tell me that maybe your finances are not in order or something. So yeah, let's avoid that part. In my own letter, I wrote it there that I chose Centennial College because I was so intrigued by one of its strategic directions as slated on the college website. It's a tip for you. Go to the college website, because the truth is that there's always a reason why you must have chosen the college, right? Is it because it has a co-op program after the course? Is it because they have better courses? Maybe you have gone to look at the courses that each college offers and you have seen that, oh, Centennial College will expose me to exactly what I want. I went to the website of the school and I saw something that really intrigued me, and this is what I wrote in my letter. So that's why I said that the originality of your letter is very important. Don't leave your letter in the hands of agents. Agents will always use the same format that they have used for other people. You don't know how many visa officers are assigned to study permit applications. If one particular visa officer has seen the same type of letter several times over and over again, is a red flag. It's very, very important for you to write it yourself. In my own letter, I wrote it that I chose Centennial College because of one of the strategic directions that I saw on the website, which was to provide long life education and training that produces graduates with the skills necessary to sustain individual career success within a global economy. This strategic direction really resonated with me. That is exactly what I wanted, and I wrote it in my letter. I'm very sure that's part of the reason why I got my study visa approved. I've said several tips. Don't talk about the fact that it is the cheapest school. Don't let the agent write it for you. Go ahead, do your research. If you're coming to study in Canada anyway, you have to learn how to do research, because most of the courses that you'll be doing, you have to gather your information from online yourself, right? So you have to learn how to do research from the very beginning anyway. So even watching this video is part of the research that you are doing, so kudos to you. So guys, remember I told you at the beginning of the video that you're going to find this video helpful. So far so good. I think I've earned your subscription now, so hit the subscribe button now and turn on notification bell so that when we post new videos, you are among the first set of people to see it. Thank you guys. Moving on, in my fourth paragraph, I talked more about my own times. It's a good thing to write about your direct family members. I'm the first among my siblings to travel to Canada, like to travel abroad for international studies. And I wrote it there that my siblings were rooting for me. My dad was happy about the opportunity. My mom is looking forward to what I turn out to be career-wise. I didn't have any travel history. I've never been on a plane before, but I wrote it there that I have family members that I'm coming back to. Another thing that I wrote there is in terms of employment prospect. I said by the time I return to Nigeria, I'll be top of the line because of my education in Canada. That's another tip for you guys. But basically, the fourth paragraph, talk about your family, talk about what they do, talk about the fact that you are going to be missing them and they are going to be missing you. The fifth paragraph is where you talk about your finance. How is your study going to be financed? Like, who is your sponsor? What's your relationship with your sponsor? What is motivating your sponsor to sponsor you? You have to put all those things, because studying in Canada, no doubt, is expensive. Nobody wants to just give you $25,000 to come and study in Canada. In my own situation, guys, not to be bragging here, I'm a bit academically sound. So, but yeah, I wrote it there that I walked up to my sponsor that I like to go to Canada to complete my study, and to further buttress his motivation, he was really encouraged by my results. And since he had the money, he didn't see any reason why he couldn't support my ambition. And here I am today, no regrets. And we are in Canada. This is an opportunity for you to give the visa officer that information, because they can't know from your document why your sponsor wants to send you. But if you write it there, it's more like an emotional letter to the visa officer and telling them that, okay, yes, this is the reason why my sponsor is sponsoring me. And they can also reason with it and say, okay, yeah, okay, makes sense. And based on other information that you submitted, if it's accurate and everything, then you can be assured of a successful study permit approval. So in the last paragraph, which is the conclusion of the letter, all you need to write there is that you promise to abide by the rules of being an international student in Canada. Even though they know that by default you are supposed to abide by these rules, it's still better for you to write in there that you abide by the rules and you'll be returning to your home country. So those 2 tips, yeah, very important. Let me read what I wrote for you guys. I wrote it that this is a lifetime opportunity for me, as the Global Business Postgraduate Certificate will aid the pursuance of my career interest, which lies in the management of business activities. I wish to state that I have completed the required forms and attached all the supporting documents. I hereby state that I shall abide by all the conditions binding my stay in Canada for the duration of my study. In this regard, I look forward to receiving further instruction from you regarding my study permit. Thanks in anticipation of a positive consideration of my application. That's how I ended the letter. Guys, keep in mind that this letter that I'm telling you about is 6 paragraphs, but it was 2 pages long. I went all in when I was writing my letter because I didn't want to deal with the heartbreak of visa denial. I'm always been guided by this motto that anything worth doing at all is worth doing well, and that's what drove me to make sure that I gave my letter of explanation the detail that it required. I strongly believe that if you can follow this format, because even if you go online to maybe Nairaland, you will see that it's still this same format that they will talk to you about. So to conclude this big video, I want to state that unfortunately I won't be able to send you a copy of my letter of explanation because, like I said earlier, the originality of your letter of explanation is very important. So that's why I gave you some of the things that I wrote in my letter of explanation, so you can use that as a guide to write yours. Because in terms of career interest, career goals, in terms of your financial situation, you and only you understand yourself better. So it's better for you to take that time, take the pain to write the letter of explanation so that you can get your study permit in one attempt. Yeah, that'll be all for today, guys. I look forward to celebrating your visa approval with you soon. Remember, your Canada dream is valid and you got this. You can do it. Keep doing your research, and before you know it, you'll come and join us in Canada. Thank you again for watching, and we hope to see you in the next video. If you have not yet subscribed, don't forget to do so. Give this video a thumbs up for the algorithm, because by liking, you are telling YouTube that the content in this video is very good and very informative, so YouTube can continue to promote it until it gets to the right audience. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye for now.